I don't know where we are. Hubby doesn't know where we are. The GPS says we need to keep going, but it's been at 28 minutes for the longest. We had to speed right past an accident. We couldn't help, and thankfully somebody could actually help us. Journey with the Jawas as we explore Africa in 3 months through 8 countries. Join us as we willingly disrupt our sense of normality and challenge ourselves to live boundlessly by physically crossing borders, create deeper connections together as a family, and of course, explore the endless possibilities that exist beyond our various African borders. Hey there, it's Yolz channel. I had a lot of mixed feelings going into Zambia because this was the week leading up to my 32nd birthday. Yes, even I can't believe I am 32. I feel 27, 28, but yeah, going into this new country, I wanted to embrace newness. 1, because I didn't know much about the country, but 2, because I've never been 32 before. So this beautiful bridge gave us a little time to just reflect a bit, as per usual, on our Botswana trip and how that's gone, what we've learned, what Fez has learned, and what we've taken away from, the country Botswana. We also gave away a few things which we absolutely love, and now going into a new country, we wanted to just absorb and really learn about this landlocked country. Most of us learn about our neighboring countries, and it doesn't include Zambia because it's just above Botswana. So this was a lot of new for us. Besides the Vic Falls and Lusaka being the capital, that's all we really know about Zambia. I did not know that they have about 20 million people living here, and that almost 45% are living in the urban area. So it's one of the few African countries with, almost half the population living in the city, which was mind-blowing for me. I learned so much in this country, and I can't wait to share this with you. Entering the border was a breeze. Exiting was another story. Now, the one big advantage with the Zambian border is that you actually are in one building with Botswana. So literally, you move from the one section of the building to the other, which are counters sitting across each other. Super convenient, right? That's what you think. But to be quite honest with you, the process wasn't as easy. We spent about 2.5 hours here. We spent a full hour just waiting for people to come back from lunch. I just didn't understand how this was possible. We're literally waiting for 2 humans, one in the finance counter where we pay for our tolls, and the other a bursar that deals with the insurance for our vehicle. And yeah, we just sat and waited, really. But other than that, I was excited to see this new country and embrace all the new learnings, besides the things I knew about this landlocked African country being Zambia. We left Botswana through Kasane, which meant we were about 100 k's from Livingstone, which is a huge advantage on saving time. So yes, even though we spent so much time at the border, it really gave us a lot of time to explore the city when we arrived because we left early and it is so close to each other. Coming into Livingstone, we thought, let's just try a hotel. And the first hotel we went into was Vani. I don't know if I should mention them because on this night when we inquired, it was $1,500 US to get the room that we wanted here. Now, if you just convert that by multiplying by 20, it's about 30,000 Rand. So after gazing these beautiful animals, we U-turned and found ourselves a campsite. We were real about this. We were like 30,000. That sounds like the price of the holiday we want to have in Zanzibar, which we're planning to do so once we are back in Tanzania, going back home. And you know what? At least least we saw these beautiful giraffes on our way here. Other than that, we were definitely going to find another alternative other than Avani. We went through the town and acquainted ourselves with the streets. We wanted to see some shops where to get bits and bobs, and also connectivity. We do have a router as well as a cell phone. And for me, I need a lot of data to upload. So usually we go to a Vodacom or an MTN. This time it was MTN just to get 25 gigs of data. That's usually what I need to upload these videos. It's so slow. Internet is not as fast in remote areas, obviously, so I always try and overcompensate with how much data we buy for a week, depending on how much time we're going to spend there and how many uploads I'm going to do. Then we found a campsite just off the main road that leads up to Vic Falls. We settled down, spent the night. Our place was infested with mosquitoes. I don't really want to go into that. We did not sleep. We woke up first thing in the morning and went straight to Vic Falls. We wanted to see the bridge that separates Zimbabwe and Zambia, but that meant going through this small border for a day pass. And let me tell you, it was not a pretty sight at all. But that's okay. We had a tour guide, so he made our experience 15 minutes long through the border. So that was pretty short in general. And he guided us through our short Victoria Falls stint. I had no idea that Zambia had a hydropower station supplying 3 countries other than itself. So that's Zimbabwe, Namibia, as well as Botswana. Something, again, that I just had absolutely no idea about. But also really incredible how these countries are so interconnected and, of course, are working together on powering each other in this case. We then went over the bridge thinking we could actually have a good view of the Vic Falls.
Enormous like the bridge.
Yeah.
So we call it Zimzam.
Zimzam.
Yes.
I love that. Zimzam.
So we are going to stand on the Zimzam.
We're standing on the Zimzam. Hello. Nope, not today. I'm not jumping any day. Not today. I wish I actually did more research on Victoria Falls because it is off-peak season, so to call it. The water levels were so low. They were less than 2 meters low, and they usually go up to about 20 meters high, according to our tour guide. So we decided to just have a quick squiz, and from afar we could see them, and we made the decision not to actually see them on that day. We are coming back to Zimbabwe on our way back to South Africa, so I don't know if this is wishful thinking, but I am hoping that the rain will come down and that this will be a much better experience for us. Also, this bridge separates Zimbabwe and Zambia, the Zimzam Bridge. There was a little buzz on the other side of the bridge, and an 81-year-old man was about to do the unthinkable. At least for me, it's unthinkable for me. For my husband, he would bungee jump any day, but you know what, we decided to go support Luch, and he's decided, you know what, life's too short to miss out on such an opportunity. He is going to bungee jump, and he did it. Is he still alive? I hope so. Luch? If Luch can do it, anyone can do anything. What a brave heart. Leaving the bridge, we saw some souvenirs and got a few things for our parents. This is only the second country where we've bought souvenirs, just because the plan wasn't to get any gifts. It was really to fully experience and immerse ourselves into these African countries. But especially when I see African entrepreneurs, I'm like, you know what? Let me actually support. It does not hurt. And they are pretty affordable. Kuchalo.
And there is a Zambian jazz. You didn't see this chipolo polo.
Chipolo polo.
Polo polo. It means the copper bullet.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. All right. The day before my birthday, we decided to leave Livingstone because we'd kind of seen everything that we've needed to see. They do have a few national parks not too far from Livingstone. But you know what? I wanted to celebrate my birthday in the main city. So we headed out. Wow! Zambia is busy. I do not know which city this reminds me of because some places give a bit of Joburg CBD, some places give a little bit of Pretoria CBD, some even as I could go as far as saying Marabastad, where it is hectically busy. There's a lot of people, a lot of cars, a lot of bicycles, a lot of scooters, and Lusaka was nothing short of that. But it was really interesting seeing how far apart the smaller villages are, and also a lot of police presence on the road. One thing South Africa needs is just this. I don't think we'd have as much drunk driving and speeding on the road if we had as much police presence as a lot of these countries that we've been to have. You know, there's a lot of patrol going on, and not just traffic, but just general police asking for our passports, checking if we have meat and how much. So it's been really an eye-opener for me to see how much police presence exists on these roads. The other thing that really got to us was how bad the roads were. Now, what you're seeing here is absolutely great, but we used the T2 to get to Tanzania, so heading north was a bit of a nightmare. However, at least this was all before my birthday, okay? This was all before my enjoyment. For now, the main irritation was just how bad the drivers are on the road. We had to be super, super careful because people drive super recklessly. Now, I did say there's police presence, and seemingly a lot of people who are driving seem very sober because it's bus drivers, it's truck drivers, but the overtaking was getting to a point where we were just literally sitting at the edge of our seats. And as if we did not learn, we got to Lusaka so late, but at least we were going to make it for the morning of my birthday. Hubby arranged a super chilled birthday brunch for me at this cute spot called Lightfoot in Lusaka. After an amazing brunch, we spent some time at the restaurant, just hanging out, face playing around, and then headed home, only to find ourselves rushing for dinner. The Southern Sun Lusaka actually hosted us for dinner. They had a buffet night. The food was so good. And then they also surprised me with a birthday cake and some singing. How special! Thank you guys so much.
Happy birthday
Oh my gosh.
to you. Happy birthday.
This is so
Happy
sweet.
birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Thank you so much. Thank you. After a very calm birthday, the unexpected came. But again, on this trip, we've learned one thing. Don't get too comfortable. Well, we already had an introduction to how reckless a lot of the Zambian as well as Tanzanian drivers drive. Truck drivers, taxi drivers, bus drivers, bonke gono taxi. They are all taxi drivers in my view. In fact, I'm so sorry to every Joburg taxi driver, every Cape Town taxi driver that I have shouted at, because you are very calm compared to Zambian drivers. Yo. Now, when I say reckless, I mean we've never seen so many accidents on the road. We've never seen trucks surfing on the road, overtaking each other as if they are small cars. And a lot of them overturned on the other side of the road. We saw a few live accidents, some of which involved petrol trucks where we had to speed right past an accident. We couldn't help because we were scared and we were traveling with a child. When I say dangerous, I mean it. And then on top of that, as you head north past Kabwe, that's a bit north of Lusaka, the road gets worse and worse. I'm talking earth holes, not potholes, earth holes in the road, dirt road. This is a national highway, by the way, that turns into dirt road anytime, gravel road here and there, and then a long kilometer or 3 of just holes in the road. Since the Durban port in South Africa was closed in 2021, various African countries have had to use trucks coming in from Dar es Salaam all the way to Zimbabwe, South Africa, Zambia, Botswana, basically supplying all the SADC region countries with diesel as well as petrol. I do think something needs to change because lives have been lost right in front of us on this very road, which is very, very sad. I don't know where we are. Hubby doesn't know where we are. The GPS says we need to keep going, but it's been at 28 minutes for the longest. So now we want to see if there's that turn that's on the GPS. And we just thankfully my little one has been sleeping. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to think. I'm the one who also suggested that he takes this road because we've been going around in circles and the map has been saying we must turn, and this is the turn it suggested. So I was just like, okay, let's take it. He wasn't too keen on it and he was just like, okay. Now I'm worried because, like, are we lost? It's so difficult driving on here. The further we go, the more we realize that there's like, this road has not been driven on in maybe years. Just given the state of the terrain, it just looks rained on and lots of leaves on it. So yeah, I don't know what to do. And he's scratching his beard. You know, when a man does this, okay, at least I see him. He's doing this and I don't know what to do, y'all. I feel, yeah, I hate this for us, but I'll update you as soon as we are safe. God is good, he's faithful, and he's gotten us through much worse, so we'll get through it. Anything? After accepting that we were fully lost, we asked locals where this place was. We did a little bit of a U-turn and then found out that this place is actually not here. However, both the GPS and our phones were definitely locating us to the exact spot that we were headed. So we had no other choice because it was already dark, but to find someone to help us. We literally went to the next town as advised by a truck driver who knew that the next town would have like rooms or some sort of guest house. Yay! Mm-hmm. This is Africa. My husband went knocking on random doors. So along the road are shops and restaurants, and he knocked at one of these tuck shop / restaurant places, and thankfully somebody could actually help us. So they were able to accommodate us, and they gave us a room with a single bed. And as you can see, we were not all going to fit there, but also we have 2 double beds on our roof. So we actually asked them kindly if they could allow us to park our vehicle right in front of this room and actually sleep on top of our vehicle as per usual, as if we're camping. But of course, we also needed electricity from their end. So we did pay them the full price of the room. It was only 150 kwacha. So we paid them that. That's literally about like 140 rand. And the best part of it all was just how safe we felt. The only thing we knew we could not do was use their bathroom facilities because it was a pit toilet. So yeah, it was a tricky situation. We also did not shower this evening. Woke up first thing in the morning and just thank God for his protection and just the overall difference in being outside of South Africa and feeling safe in another country. You'd be so surprised how safe Botswana, even Namibia, I would even say, they're far safer than what South Africa feels like. We're always looking over our own shoulders, watching our own backs. And in Zambia too, you know, one of the gents who accommodated us and actually showed us the room said, you know, this is Zambia, you are very safe here. It was so comforting to hear that. And after we brushed our teeth that morning, we were then off. Heading straight to the border. We thank God for this trip. We did make it safely. It was also Marabastad 101, hawkers, agents, people selling insurance, car insurance, anything you want, you will get at the Tanzanian border. This one is through the town Tunduma, and my husband had to pull a taxi driver move because there were trucks stationed for about 3 kilometers before the border. And after waiting for a while, we realized that these drivers are out of their trucks. We're waiting behind empty vehicles. So we had to literally take the next lane, pull a Zambian / Tanzanian truck driver move, and maneuver our way into the border. And we praise God, we made it out safely. For me, the biggest takeaway in all of this is, 1, sometimes we need to be grateful for what we have, or at least most times, especially in South Africa. But 2, I've never felt so much safer outside my own country, and I didn't expect that because we make other foreign countries look so dangerous. We ridicule a lot of foreigners, and we have a huge stereotype on people who come from outside the country. But I cannot explain how much help we receive from strangers, complete strangers. And it's so scary to even say that outside of the road experience, I actually felt safe. My family felt safe. And yes, we've never ill-treated anyone from outside the country, but now we're going to do even better for our Uber drivers, our Uber Eats drivers in South Africa, because they deserve so much more. In the next video, we give you a full tour of our van, where we sleep, how we plan our trip, how we've budgeted for this, and how we've accounted for a lot of other things. Feel free to actually use the comment section to ask any more questions that you'd like myself and my husband to answer. I'll see you then. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already.